Hey everybody, I want to give you a quick update on the Minab girl school bombing, the one in Iran that claimed the lives of approximately 170 children on the very first day of this Iran war. At the time, I saw that they were throwing around AI, claiming that it was AI's fault. If that is the case, then it would look like this should be added to the AI serial killer list, which I started, and I believe that would bring it up to approximately, 180? So let's look into this a little bit and hear from a whistleblower as well. U.S. at fault in strike on school in Iran. The algorithm's fatal flaw was an AI error responsible for and that is March 6th. Over 160 schoolgirls were killed in a missile strike in Minab, Iran. Was it a military mistake or an AI hallucination? Explore the chilling reality of algorithm warfare and the failure of autonomous targeting systems in the 2026 conflict. The world is in shock following the tragic events that occurred in the southern Iranian city of Minab on February 28th during the school's routine morning class at the Sajare girls' primary school. A missile struck occurred, resulting in the death of over 160 schoolgirls aged 7 to 12 years old. Was this tragedy the result of a calculated strike, an accident in the heat of war, or an error in artificial intelligence? The strike occurred in the midst of an extensive joint aerial campaign by the U.S. and Israel, although the Iranian government claims that the death toll is as high as 180. U.S. officials claim that they do not intentionally target such facilities. In fact, the U.S. is investigating the matter. Initial findings indicate that the technical overlap is complex. The military legacy, the location of the school was once a confirmed IRGC base. The proximity issues, although the IRGC location had been decommissioned to accommodate the school, military installations are in the immediate area. The strategic error sources point to the fact that the missile was meant for the nearby active military complex, but ended up in the school instead. The U.S. military, often in partnership with AI leaders such as Anthropic and OpenAI, uses sophisticated targeted systems. These systems can scan satellite images, drone footage, and telecommunication signals to detect threats in seconds. The phenomenon is now known as algorithm warfare. Although AI systems are capable of processing thousands of targets in real time, the Minab disaster points to the catastrophic dangers of the human-in-the-loop concept being eliminated. 3 ways AI can commit a deadly error. From a technical standpoint, if an AI system were responsible for the Minab strike, then it is probable that the system made one of the following errors. Outdated training data. If the AI system's database indicated that the coordinates belonged to an active IRGC base based on historical imagery, then the system would have indicated that the building was a high-priority target for the Iranian military without the knowledge that the building had been repurposed as a school several years ago. Contextual misinterpretation. Another problem that AI systems have is that they cannot distinguish between civilian architecture and military architecture, especially in densely populated urban areas. If an AI system indicates that there is a secure perimeter or other electronic signatures near a school, then the system would likely indicate that the entire block is a combat zone. Automated over-reliance. Much of the latest weaponry utilizes an autopilot system. If the final authorization for the strike is left up to the machine without human intervention reviewing the video feed, then the machine cannot see the children in the classroom. The precedent from Gaza to Minab. The database surrounding the use of AI in war is nothing new. In past conflicts, the likes of Israel's Lavender, an AI designed to develop target lists, were under the microscope for their accuracy and collateral damage of civilian loss of life. In the tragedy of Minab, we must remember that technology, no matter how efficient, cannot replicate the judgment of the human heart. Whether the event was an act of war or simply the hallucination of technology gone wrong, the end result is the same. Children in a classroom, silenced by the blast of a missile. Well, yeah, but we still need to get to the bottom of it. Palantir and the Minab school massacre. Is this the first AI mass killing? And that is what I would like to know as well. March 14th, 2026. Among the techniques of modern warfare, one of the most widely used is the double tap, when the same target is hit twice in quick succession. First developed during World War II and perfected during the Vietnam War, it offers undeniable tactical advantages. In the case of buildings, the first strike serves to weaken the structure, eliminate defenses, tear off roofs, and make the target more permeable. The second strike finishes the destructive work and ensures total annihilation. This strategy can be adopted by varying the intensity of the munitions, the first heavier, the second more precise, or by playing on the interval between the first and second bombardment. This latter perverse cunning was extensively used during World War II. A first bomb would hit the buildings. It appeared to be an isolated strike with no further blows following. People emerged from shelters, ambulances arrived to tend the wounded. Fire crews did their duty. When everyone felt safe, the second strike came, and its destruction became devastating.
Murals. The entire school was surrounded by colorful children paint.
Have you seen the photos? It was really sweet. It was lovely. But it should have been seen. You understand? They should have seen it on their intel. Like there were kids' drawings all over the place. Should have looked like a school.
My name's Josephine Gilbo. I'm a former intelligence officer. I spent 17 years in the U.S. Army. I've held assignments as an intelligence officer at the DIA, the ODNI, NSA, and DHS. And of course, as an intelligence officer in the Army. I've held a top secret clearance with a polygraph, just to give you an idea of my access and experience when it comes to these assignments. One of my many duties along the way has been counterterrorism. I was a counterterrorism officer in the U.S. Army. And I want to give you the definition of terrorism as we use it here in the United States. Terrorism is the premeditated use of violence or threat of violence against civilians or property to induce fear, coercion, or intimidation aimed at government or societies to achieve political, religious, or ideological objectives. Given this information, we're going to focus back now to the bombing of Minab. 165 little girls were killed by United States Tomahawks from a United States vessel in the area of operation. A modern Tomahawk missile is equipped with onboard cameras, real-time targeting imagery. Satellite imagery is constantly collected by several intelligence agencies, several countries in real time. Let's talk about what that satellite imagery would show of the Minab little girls' school. Murals. The entire school was surrounded by colorful children painting, flower, bright colored murals surrounded this school. And it was, without a doubt, a school if you looked at it through satellite imagery. It was, without a doubt, a school when you looked at it through the onboard camera of the Tomahawk missile. It was clear. Now let's talk about when the attack started on Iran. 10 a.m. At 10 a.m., Israel, along with the United States, began attacking Iran. By 10:20, the staff at Minab school began evacuating the children. Strike one. Hit the school. The kids moved to the prayer room. Strike two. Hit the prayer room. 163 kids dead. Strike three. Hit nearby. Multiple sources, including intelligence reports, regional sources, and U.S. officials are required to confirm a target for the U.S. Navy and military operations to ensure accuracy and reduce errors. This is how it works. This is how it worked that day. NBC News reports USS Sprunitz, a guided missile destroyer, shot the Tomahawk. Commander Leigh R. Tate, Executive Officer Jeffrey E. York, commanded USS Sprunitz, who shot a Tomahawk and killed 165 little girls. After this was done, the same destroyer conducted a replenishment at sea with USNS Henry Kaiser back ready to fire. March 4th, March 10th, and March 18th, they replenished their firearms. They replenished their weapons. No pause for review, no pause for investigation, no calls for this command to appear in front of Congress and report to the American people why we just bombed a school knowing it was a school. Nothing. Silence. Lies. Excuses. Who are the terrorists? Who are the bad guys in this story? This is the story of our timeline. By our own definition of terrorism, and I can say this as a former counterterrorist officer, we are the terrorists. We are the bad guys. Now, what's going to happen next? Our U.S. military is about to die. A bloodbath. They are at the bottom of the totem pole. That's the reality of it. In this whole scheme, they're the pawn. Slaves to the elite, the Epstein class. And the hardest thing about everything I'm saying right now is none of us up here can save them. No matter what we say today, no matter if we cry, no matter if we yell, we will not save them. But I'm going to try. I call on USS Tripoli Commander Captain Patrick J. Sullivan. Stop the ship now. Turn the ship around now. You are going to be complicit in war crimes.
I need you to tell me where baby Charlene is. What's her name? Where she lived? I need to know where the Rocket Man lives. I need to know his name. Get her Pat.
Okay, I can cooperate. Their names are Fred Flintstone and Arthur Fonzarelli, and their address is Alpha Centauri.
I love it. I love it.